Okay, so this is the spirituality reading for Leo for the Christmas season. I have some cards I'm gonna read here. Should have done this before. Some marks on my glasses and they're right in the way. Okay, so I have Isis cards here. Oh, that's so much better. The first card for the Isis spirituality. Past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. Excuse me. I'm going to look it up here. There it is. When the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine, and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. Those resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the Oracle past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. So things from our lineage are going to be dumped on us at this time, whether you know about them or not. There's past life or parallel life integration here that's happening for the Leos. So this is good. We had this, I don't know if that was in my general room or if it was through a horoscope reading, but nonetheless, it's going around. Everybody's going to get a taste of it. So I do a pyramid spread. So on the top of the pyramid here, the first card we get is be vigilant. Waiting and watching. That is not ideal here. But that's as good as it gets. Okay. Yeah. So we're in spirituality. We're watching on something here, and it may be our instinct. Kind of looking and seeking it out. We may not know exactly where it's housed yet, but we're knocking on doors trying to figure out where it goes and where exactly. What is our instinct? Is it every time, they want to, the feeling I get is they want to indulge in it every time. They want to get it right. So, mind the cat. So they want to make sure that they have a good hold of it so they can utilize it as they go forward. Ace of Earth. Sorry, I ate a date and I got things lingering here. Okay. The Ace of Coins is really about material growth, openings in a material way that we want to go forward in, new beginnings. The career direction is picking up highly that way. There's new openings in that way. So they're not warding it off in the spirituality section either. We seem to have more tools here than we are utilizing at this point, and I feel like that is what we're kind of searching for. We're searching to find those gifts so we can bring them forward. There's an awareness here of knowing where they sit, but I don't know if it's a reluctance or like to invest here. Next card. Two of Earth. And that is about opportunities. This would be the universe opening these portals, and this would be us coming in and taking advantage of that. So there's a sense here that the Leo is really on a path here where they're wanting to open up new ventures in that way to go forward no matter what area. As we work down the pyramid here, let two become one. Wow, that leads us into the area of romanticism here. Partnerships. Again, I was getting in the career sector, high partnership abilities there, not only with friends or co-workers, but also, with someone we had a closer relationship with as well. Next card, 15. That is about shadow energy, darker energy that comes forth here. We may be in a position where we're dealing with shadow work within a coupled relationship. So we may be individually doing this, or we have a partner that is doing this, or we both as a couple. Things are erupting in this way and causing great havoc, needing to deal with this in one way or another. Next card is the father. That's interesting. So we had one here that had the mother, but anyway. The father, it could be a father figure, a role model here that we look up to, someone who takes care of things, who's decisive, takes action, maybe even protective of others. This may be a partner we are with, or it may be someone in our midst here that we are dealing with. Maybe some work that we need. If it is a father figure, it could be that we have some shadow work to deal with there in order to help our relationship forward. This is what I'm getting. Because a lot of what we get now, a lot of childhood stuff can come up because it's needing to be stripped away and dealt with so that we can have closer relationships with those outside of us, this kind of thing. This is what I'm getting. Next side here. See yourself in nature. It's very much Taurus energy as well. The horn. But this person is very comfortable being outdoors, very grounded, very much cool, calm, and centered. I feel like this is an energy that either the Leo is trying to attain or is famous for attaining themselves here. Let's keep going. Next card is the Crone of Fire. That is your element, but the fires burn out. Let me look here what I find here. The Crone of Fire blows out the flame. There is a time and a season for everything. She is here to usher in an ending while the fire dies. So, yeah, and I feel like that comes with partnership. So, again, getting a sense of needing to deal with maybe some residue here because I feel like maybe the split was a while back and we're just really needing to deal with the negative emotions of it at this point, or are in the midst of that, trying to stay out of bitterness and resentment and whatnot. So I feel it's a need to try and stay calm during this time. Next one is, ace. So all these aces are really saying I'm open to new directions, new. But there's some darkness here we have to deal with, no less. And a lot of it may be just figuring out, well, just emotionally purging as well. There's a lot of that coming through, because that will help us help dilute the bitterness and whatnot. So that's what they're showing me there. Okay. On the left side of the pyramid, on the bottom, we get see the signs. So again, we're talking spirituality here, connecting to things. The universe trying to, trying to pat your bottom in the right way. And I feel like, again, we're kind of either unsure of our instinct or not wanting to take a risk on instinct because we're just not at a point here where we feel secure enough in what it actually is. And they're basically saying, get out there and look for signs, immerse yourself in your world and see the signs that are there. Like sometimes we could be on the computer and there's a sign glaring right at us, but we don't see it because we're looking, our focus, right? So expand to take in all of your universe, and the signs are everywhere. Validation, this kind of thing, synchronicities, this is what they're wanting you to see. We're not picking up on it as much as we could be. Next card is the Two of Fire. I think that's Mars, but I don't want to say. Mercury. Communication, something that must be expressed, said, or heard. It's interesting that they have the caduceus there, because that's a symbol of healing again. There may universally, I think you're going to be getting signs. We may not want to hear those signs. We may not be ready to hear those signs, but the universe is going, let's get a move on here. We got to start healing. We can't just sit in this energy all the time and not get forward, not move forward. Next is, look at intuition. Wow. See the signs, see the intuition. And they're going, this is the Leo trying to cloak themselves completely out of our intuition. And they just want you to open that back up. I don't feel that it's overly fear, but it could be. Some people may be in a fear-based zone here where they just, but I think it's really there's things they don't want to face rather than fear itself. I think there's things we don't want to face about what we've been through, relationships we've had, whatnot. This is kind of that. So this is on the left side. The next one here is right down the middle of the pyramid. This is the fate in the spiritual center. Seek your answers within. I feel like they are doing this inadvertently. Leos can have a tendency to get themselves busied right up so that they don't absorb, but I think they are kind of taking things somewhat slow, just not taking all their surroundings in, just not being detail oriented is what I get. Next card is the Maiden of Fire. Why I can't, for some reason, I can't absorb these cards, the above cards. I look them up every time and it's like I can't remember them. There's really no signifiers. There's a spotlight or candle, like a vigil. She's waiting, right? And again, the light from within. That's really what they want you to shine from. Maiden. Single candle. She hears as a gift the first spark of inspiration. So yeah, it's like we need to go within to inspire things that we can go outward in. I feel like there's doors and opportunities opening up for the Leo. I think all the fire signs are getting openings. And they all seem to be delving into the area of intuition, trying to figure that out. Because we really can't go forward without it. It's really going to mess us up if we go ahead without this intuition stuff, because we're just going to get trapped left and right, not feel like we're going anywhere. So again, the fate here is to go inside. The lit candle is that intuition and dealing with emotion. So yeah, a lot of that says purging to me. Go inside, think about where your pain sits, feel it out, and then let it go. And then when you let that go, then you have greater sparks of inspiration coming from that release. But only until you only until you let them out. Because they're taking up rental space in there. That rental space has to open up before we can get inspired to fill it. That's really what I'm getting. Okay. On the right. You were born to create. So there's manifesting abilities here that want to come forth for the Leo here. They feel instinctively they're driven towards this. I feel like they may be either frustrated or, again, not having luck fine-tuning that. But it'll come over time. Next card is I feel like they're highlighting this area of love. We want to instinctively go in a love direction here. And we may be using our instinct, or have in the past, they said. Give them credit when they go forward. We have in the past not used our instinct in love directions. We want to do this in the future. So again, testing waters in other areas, and seeing if we can't pick up where our instinct lies and then carrying it to the direction that we want, which is love, is what I'm getting here. And then 8, that's about change and movement and charging forward. We want to go forward to a new love here. I feel like they're really not going to open that up for us until we heal from our emotional center first. That's kind of a rule that they do. Until we heal. Or they may open it up to us, but we may ruin it from not being healed. We may spit out, venom to the other partner and then ruin it because we haven't healed from our past. So keep that in mind. We want to heal as much as we can on our own. But if a new partner comes in, we want to use our instinct highly. Don't set that aside for nothing. And then charge forward, quite like they're showing me a lion moving forward. Follow it like the family following behind, like leading the way. So there's something here about charging forward confidently in that direction. So the planetary card for the spiritual side here for Leos. Believe in yourself. Moon in Aries talks about courage. So having the courage to go forward. And also the courage to deal with the emotions that you have sitting there. It does take a lot of courage to face your demons head on, whether it's yours, your partner's, both of you as a group, and deal with it and release it. Yeah. Notice the cocoons, right? That's about metamorphosis, but it's about change needed, but it's also about newness, new things that will erupt. And, I get a great feeling of that. Like they're showing me the butterflies floating out and freedom and friendship and like things will get better, this kind of thing. So believing in yourself is really the key to going outward in a happy way. So we started with past life, present power. So there might be some intuition, some instinct abilities, ESP, clairvoyance, anything like that, that's going to help us along this path. We may have visuals come up to align us to where the pain has come, and you need to deal with that when they come up. We don't want to stuff those visuals, even auditory, anything in that way. It's there to show you something. And also the dream time is a huge, can be a huge learning tool, learning curve, helper, whatever. It helps you along your way because it kind of gives you those little pieces here and there. So the moon in Aries, that is about emotion, and that's taking charge of your emotions, feeling them out and going forward. And then the present power, we have some abilities coming to the surface that we're going to have to deal with. New directions and a lot of opportunities opening up. It's just a matter of using our instinct to where to go with what we decide in that way. So that is the Leo spiritual reading for the Christmas season. Hopefully you have a good Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep shooting these out. A lot of the messages I've been given is that if you are into or needing or wanting or know of someone that wants energy healing, check out Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. I'll be in the new year in about February. You can go in there. I'm going to have healing nights. So if anybody's in pain or emotional, physical, or mental pain, they go in there, and then I'll set up nights in February there where I'll start doing healing nights. So if you're interested in that, go in there and join, and I will see you in the next year. So in the meantime, take care, have fun, and be kind.